So I'm home now, and I feel like I am coming down with something, which is ironic because I'm ill and I'm on antibiotics because I've just remembered to take the first one of the day at 5:20. I was meant to have it this morning. I should have had my second one by now, but I'm all headachy and cold and I ache all over. I'm like quite thirsty, so I don't know how I can get sick whilst on tablets, but there you go. So I'm gonna film for a while because I'm down and I want a distraction. I was actually gonna go to bed, but everyone knows I don't go to bed when I'm ill, I just fight it. So I'm gonna cook this now. It is halloumi burger and smoky tomato relish. I might end up putting this up as a live video, so if you don't know what I'm going on about, I'm sorry, I don't feel well. So let's make this together. This should be a fun video. Not. So just in case I do put this up as a live video, I bought a Guesto box because I always get suckered in by advertising. So it was 3 meals for £15 for 2 weeks. So, and then it goes up to full price of £40. So I will cancel it before it goes up to that. Yesterday I had something, can't remember what it was. In reality I'd like to go to bed, but I need to eat, so I'm going to make this now and film myself making it. So the first thing to do is, this is 300 grams of potatoes, like it doesn't look like it. Cut the potato skins on into wedges and add them to a baking tray with a drizzle of vegetable oil, seasoned with generous pinches of salt and pepper, and sprinkle over the dried oregano. Put the tray in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. I need a knife. I'd honestly rather just order a takeaway, but obviously I've got these meals in and there's nothing in the fridge that I know of, so I'm just going to get on with it. Sorry you can't see me, but I can't particularly move the camera because it just about fits on that handle. I know there's a few times where it's fallen off, so if it suddenly drops, hopefully it won't stop filming, but knowing my luck it will. I did look at the recipes I could choose from for next week. There seems to be like a set of 10 every time. They seem to be different as well. I mean, I've only looked twice. Obviously I looked for this box and I've looked for the next box, and it does appear that there is a set of boxes that recipes that you can pick from. That probably makes it easier for the company, so they're not having to source a lot of different materials for the meals, I guess. The meal I made yesterday was okay, it wasn't amazing. I feel like there was something missing from it. I don't know what, I just feel like there was an ingredient that could have or should have been added. But I did put everything in that came with the box, so it wasn't an error on my part. I didn't eat it all, I gave probably half to my dog, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's because of the food itself. I think it's just because of how I'm feeling. Because of how I'm feeling, I go from one day wanting to eat everything and anything I can get my hands on to not eating much for a couple of days. So it weren't the food, the meal itself, it was just me. I barely had anything yesterday, food-wise. But as I said, I'm like that some days. It just depends, and yeah. So actually this has made more than it looked like it would make. Obviously it's for 2 people. You can't just get Guesto boxes for 1. That would be a little bit pointless. So I didn't think it would make that many, but when you chop things up it would appear there's a lot more than it looks, which is crazy. I don't know what to talk about. In case I put this as a live video, I don't want to... Well, it won't be live now, it'll be like when I go to bed tonight when I do it, because I think it's going to be a long video. I don't know if I'm going to stick it out for the whole time that I'm cooking, because that's just going to get ridiculously long. So I'm using... Oh, I've actually got vegetable spray. I'll use the vegetable spray because it does say vegetable oil. Oh no, I've got sunflower. Practically the same thing. So spray some on. This is me being lazy. And it's easier. And I don't like a lot of oil, so... Season with salt and pepper and dried oregano. Oregano is my favourite herb. They do provide it, but I do have it in case they didn't. I have enough one as well, because you can never have enough oregano. I honestly do feel like, on top of my illness I've got, I am going to end up with a cold. My dad's ill and they said it's a chest infection, but it looks and sounds like more. And he doesn't even try to get better, like he's still going to pub every day and having a go at me. What I like about these is like they come like this. This is like the laziest person's way of cooking. What open? Because it's all measured out for you, which I like. I think that's why I don't really make meals, because I'm going to have to measure it out. Like, I can't even be bothered doing this, I'll be honest, the way I'm feeling at the moment. Am I meant to put all this on here? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. This seems like a lot of oregano for the amount I've got here. That's going to go in the oven. What time is it? Next, boil a kettle. I've already done that. Meanwhile, slice the halloumi in half lengthways where the natural cheese forms. Add 500 ml of boiling water to a wide base deep pan and bring to the boil over high heat. Once boiling, add the halloumi. I didn't know you boiled halloumi. What's a deep pan? What's going to be a frying pan, isn't it? Or is that not the deep pan? That isn't. I don't know if this is the pan that they want, but this is what we're going to get. I'm not a fan of cheese, which is funny. I'm not actually meant to eat cheese because it makes me ill. Well, I'm not going to have like an allergic reaction to it, but it does something to my body that isn't very pleasant. Ooh, this cheese got like a herb on it. So I'm not really meant to eat cheese. It's kind of broken in half, but I'll deal with that. Oh, the sneezing started. Normally if I start sneezing, it definitely means I'm coming down with something. So I'd like to thank my dad for making me ill again, because he does it to me every time. He'll catch something and he won't take it seriously. He'll still go to the pub every night. He won't try and get better, and then generally I catch it. 500 ml of boiling water. Bring to boil. Once boiling, add the halloumi. This is going to get confusing, I think. Just have the gas on without the whatever. 500 ml. Burning. I've never heard of cooking cheese this way. This is a bit random, but there you go. chop the tomatoes finally, peel the garlic and chop the cloves in half. Chop or grate half of the garlic finally. Heat a pot with generous drizzle of olive oil over medium heat. Once hot, add the chopped tomatoes, chopped garlic and smoked paprika. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar and a splash of water and increase the heat. Cook for 7 to 8 minutes or until thickened to a chutney-like consistency. Once softened, drain them, pat the alumi slices dry with kitchen paper. Reserve the pan for step 7. See, this is why I can't be bothered cooking, because it's just too much to do. And I feel like crap. So, tomatoes. Was it paprika that I was meant to get? Let's have a look. Paprika and how much garlic? 1 clove of garlic. What else can I talk about? It's hard because if I do make this a live video, I can't talk about things that I've not talked about, that because they might not be on the channel yet. I'm really down at the moment, like super down and struggling, and it's not fun. Like, obviously being down's not fun, but I filmed a video last night, and I'm only saying this in case this is going to be a live video, like I don't know if I'm going to make it live or not. I filmed a video last night, and right towards the end of the video I kind of revealed how I'm really feeling. I don't know if I'm going to ever put that on the channel because it's quite deep. I don't think I fully explained why I feel that way. I can't remember. I did get upset. I wasn't at home when I did it. So I'm trying to force myself to do things. This is why I'm forcing myself to cook this rather than get in bed and lie there and not sleep and stress myself out with what's going on in my head. So even though I feel like I'm coming down with something, I'm making myself cook food that I don't particularly want to cook, because it would be so easy for me just to cook a takeaway, and I'd probably prefer to do that. Chop the tomatoes. So yeah, that's, I'm forcing myself to like do as much as well, not as much as possible, because I know me doing anything is a miracle at the moment, but I'm trying to not let myself go into the really dark places that I can go to, but I feel like that's possibly, you know, where this is going to head. And I'm just being honest because in the past I've not particularly revealed how I'm truly feeling, and there's a lot of reasons why. I'm not going to get into it, but I've never really revealed anything, and if anything I've learned from this past year is to just be honest about how you're feeling. Even though it's still hard for me to do it or admit to what extent I feel, like it's all very well for me to say now, look, I'm really down, but you know, I'm not going into details, so I don't think it's appropriate on here to go into details anyway, so that's why I'm stopping myself. But there are times when I'm very, very upset when I do go into details, and that's because I'm upset, and when I'm upset, that's when a lot of stuff generally just come out with me. But I do feel really ill. I didn't have much sleep last night or the night before, which probably doesn't help. But it doesn't help when my dad doesn't look after himself and he carries bugs around for much longer than he needs to. He's always done it. What normally happens is he'll catch something, I'll catch like a stronger version, because he never seems to get like a really heavy anything really. I've rarely seen him very ill, so I'll normally get like a stronger, heavier, like if he's got a cold I'll end up getting like a really heavy cold. Then I'll be ill for a couple of weeks and I'll finally get rid of it, and because he's not looked after himself and he's still gone to the pub every day and like acted like he's 25 like he does, he'll still have it, then I'll catch it for a second time, then I'll be ill for a couple of weeks again. So it's not fun. And you know, I've been saying to him, look, you're on antibiotics, you're not meant to be drinking, but he doesn't listen, so there's nothing I can particularly do about it. He's just going to do what he wants, because he just does what he wants anyway. He doesn't like care or think about the consequences for other people. Like, he knows from experience, if he catches something, 99.9% of the time I will catch a heavier version of it. And he knows also that if he doesn't take care of himself and get better whilst I'm getting better, he knows I'll like continuously be unwell. But that doesn't seem to bother him. Whereas if it was the other way around, like when I'm ill, I avoid him. He didn't avoid me.